welcome to this month's Music Bar None. Last month, I took a little hibernation and there wasn't a Music Bar None, but now we're back in February with 2 for the price of 1. I'm really happy that my MEDIVA boys have come from Paris and they're here for a few days. So in the second half of the show today, we'll be playing some wild tunes on Shawms and percussion. But we're going to start off with some incredibly beautiful music. I'm very honored that the recorder consort sféra is joining us, and they're going to tell you all about the pieces that they're going to play. So another round of applause for sféra.
welcome to our sphere. Today's little program of ours is based on 2 melodies only, 2 cantus firmi, and I start with a little fun fact, because a lot of this music we are playing is actually with French text, but it was very popular in Italy, so we find it in many Italian manuscripts, and we also had the occasion twice to perform it in Italy. And I guess most musicians know that the Italians have a really elaborate system of administration, so you really have a lot to forms to fill before and after, and anyway, you're very busy filling all documents. And at one moment we were happy that they even asked us about which cantus firmus we play, because they're always asking for the code fiscal C.F. And Zuzana was like, yeah, my cantus firmus is comme femme déconfortée. I know. So that's a fun story. Zuzana will play comme femme countless times today.
But before, now we play something else.
Okay.
A chanson called Je ne vis donc. And it was written either by Bourgeois or by Dufay, we're not sure. But what we know is that it was first performed at the famous Banquet du Faisan, which happened at the court of Philippe le Bon in 1454 in Lille. Yeah, and there apparently a small boy was riding on a hart, and this hart was made up by men, so there were a lot of men in costume. And the hart was singing the cantus, and the other men were singing the tenor. And even though the chanson has actually 3 parts, this 2-part rendition is perfectly fine, because the 2 voices hold up really well, if you consider the counterpoint by them own. Yeah, so that's what we will do now before, but you will hear also a credo about it by Alexandra Agricola, and then also the 3-part version afterwards.
So maybe you will recognize the cantus firmi both.
Yeah.
I will be the heart.
Yeah,
you will be the heart. I will be responsible for it.
Yeah, and of course the chanson also has a text, and this text ecstatically worships our gracious lady. And even though the song is secular, it can be assumed that this gracious lady is the Mother Mary. And yeah, and so is also our other cantus firmus, Comme femme, déconfortée, related to our gracious lady.
But not to her qualities, but rather to her suffering, which is, of course, a bit symbolic thing in the 15th century and also in other centuries.
So now we will play a few other versions, because this was really favorite cantus firmus, and many people wrote reworkings on it. We like it as well, so there is another block of Confama. Enjoy. My champion, an adornment, has died.
Is it Alexander?
It is my Agricola.
Can you tell us what kind of a man was he?
He was known for his beautiful voice and skillful hand.
And where did he die?
In Valladolid.
Ah, this is in Castile, in Spain. But who brought the Belgian there?
The King Philip the Handsome of Castile himself.
Okay. Why did he die?
Great fever took him.
And how old was he?
Roughly 60 years old.
Okay. At what time of the year did all this happen?
The sun was in the sign of Virgo.
I normally joke that the cocktail's the best bit of the event, but actually this is so beautiful. I don't want to stop you and make cocktails. I want to listen to you play all day. I feel like becoming a rich, like noble patron and just have you playing in the corner for me the whole time. It's so wonderful. Really wonderful. But yes, but there are cocktails. So as you know, I always try and find a cocktail that really fits the theme or fits the time of the year. So I was Googling around and I found that there's actually a cocktail called the leap year, which is perfect because this year we actually have 29 days in February, so it's a leap year, so we have a very good excuse to drink this cocktail. Thank you so much. I'm being really fancy. I've discovered that if you freeze the glasses, the cocktails taste even better. So the leap year it's a real classic cocktail. It comes from the Savoy Bar, which was one of these very famous bars in the 1920s and 1930s, where Harry Craddock was like a mixologist extraordinaire, and he was always creating cocktails, and it was world famous, and there's some recipe books from the time, so we know how to make all these cocktails. And this apparently is a very special one. He created it specially for a leap year, and he said that it was so successful that because the leap year is the one you get marriage proposals. If you're a woman, you can ask a man to marry you. So he created a special cocktail for this day, and apparently it's the most famous and successful cocktail because it was the time when at the end of the evening, there was the most marriage proposals that had ever happened before. So let's see what happens today. So there's not very many eligible people here. Actually, it's not today. It's not today. We're just drinking the cocktail. Yeah, that's true. Damn it.
It's ready.
So it's a very classic, simple martini. You have gin. You have some vermouth. You're meant to have Grand Marnier, but I have a different orange liqueur today. And you mix it, I pre-mixed it here. So you just add some ice. So I'm just going to use my hands, sorry. I did wash them before, honestly. And then I need a beautiful assistant to come and help me, whoever wants to be that person. And we're just going to shake.
Yeah.
Does it make a nice sound if you shake it? Does it matter? Mark's face. Okay, that's probably enough. And then we're going to pour. We just add a lemon twist. So if you squeeze it so that the lemon oil goes over. We need a special camera just to see all the lemon. Wonderful. And then I'm just going to put my reeds in water so that they're ready in a second. I saw your sneaky reed. And then I'd like to welcome sféra and also Max and Adrien. And we're all going to have a nice little chat and try and fit around. just to chat, just to drink. No action yet.
First drink.
Oh, and I'm forgetting something very, very important. I made an extra cocktail because Mark also deserves
Yeah.
deserves to drink. Wow, thank you. So let's get cozy. Cheers. Thank you all very much for being here.
Cheers. Oh. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.
Like sweet for us? Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's nice.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Literally after each concert.
Yes. Hi. Okay. So as you can see, there really are a lot of us standing behind the bar. So we're not going to chat too long, but I am super curious about a few things. First of all, tell me, like, how did you guys meet? How did you set up as an ensemble?
We met in Graz.
Yeah.
That's like
where
5 years ago.
Yeah, that's where we started study.
Exactly, and then we started with 16th century music. I guess that's the most common for a concert. You start there, and then we moved more back and back. We decided that we are very interested in Alexander Agricola and his contemporaries. And also we found out that symbolism of Mary is very interesting. So this is now where we are living in the moment.
Oh, fantastic. And how did you get your amazing name?
Well, we actually, because we are from 4 different countries, and it was kind of, clear that we were special in our own way. Together we fitted quite well, and then we realized that we already created our own sphere. And then we were just searching for a name that would kind of express it, and then it actually is a Czech word, and it means sphere, of course. So yeah, it's our own little sphere, but we also welcome others to be part of it.
Yeah, of course. And also, like, music of the spheres was such an important concept at the time, so this was really nice.
Awesome.
And I'm really curious. So for non-specialists, can you tell us a little bit about the recorders you're playing? Because they're not what everyone is used to seeing as a recorder.
Yeah. They are quite not so popular at the moment. But they come from a treatise from 1511 by Wildung, and Adrien Brown has made a model which is based on these images, and we have now very freshly 2 sets which we can combine very well, and the second set has been inaugurated just today. It was the first performance. The family has grown our instruments.
So it's bassette, tenors, and the discount instruments, and they are 5th apart.
Very nice.
And they have a cute design.
Yeah, they have a really cute design. And in fact, in the same treatise, in the same page, there's also pictures of Shawms, and our shawl makers also made a set of Shawms based on these Wildung models, which Adrien and Laura and I were playing the other night. So yeah, it's nice instruments. Yes. And this might be a boring question, and everyone asks you about it, but it's obviously so impressive that you play all this repertoire from memory. And I do it myself, but I think I tend to do more 15th century stuff, so I'm just learning tenor lines, which are quite easy. You guys really have all this complex polyphony, so if anyone has been inspired by what you do and wants to start doing it, can you give a few little tips of how you manage to like, get all this repertoire in your heads?
I guess maybe the best thing to do is do it in parts. At least for us, that's always very helpful to find sections and then go for it. And then it's also always, we are not together now in the same city, so we live in Bremen, in Prague, and Basel now, us too. So we always need to rehearse separate, but then when we come together, we figure out it's actually easier to play together. So if you can, rehearse together, learn it just together.
Yes.
And also switch voices, because then you get to know the others more, and then it's easier to follow or rely on or something. So that's also one tip.
And know the cantos firmus very well, if there is one.
Even you play it 100 times, you still make mistakes. So it's okay.
Like even the other players, I mean.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and then do it a lot. That also helps. Yeah.
And also, there's always something happening, of course.
Yes.
So we get very quick in getting back to the right place.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so there's always like a cue, like if you
Yeah.
if you freak out for a
like
moment,
Because we have the
there's a
sections.
cue of when
Yeah,
to jump
yeah,
back in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And do you learn it from facsimiles or do you? Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think that's always also really helps, no, because it with early notation it's not as quickly readable. It takes a bit longer to sort of process it, and during that process you've half
Yeah.
learned it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
And also how it looks is very important.
Yes.
Yes.
You can rely on it a bit.
Yeah.
Every piece looks different.
Yes.
And you really rely on your ears as well.
Yeah, I guess it depends what technique you are used to do when you memorize. If it's like a visual memory, like photographic memory, or then it's fun.
Oh yeah, that's a good question actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
What for you guys? Like each person, like are you more photo or more ear or more Bauch memory?
I would use mixture. Like for the breaks, I always use the picture memories in my head that I will always be clear that how many breaks I would have. And from the other section, what I already have in mind, I always rely on the ears.
I think more I mean, with me it's funny because I have the clear melody, I know how it is, but then the haptic is not connected, so I know that I need to this interval and the fingers just do something completely different, and then I just hear the melody and I know, okay, I jump back, so I need to work more on this haptic, so like singing it in my ear and do the fingerings, I think this helps me really to connect these two worlds. And then of course I have in my head also the picture I kind of know, and then it's connected with some kind of feeling. I don't know. So I'm trying to connect all these things.
So a whole body is involved.
Yeah. And there's always more levels to discover. For me, for example, the first step is the visual, and then there are many more levels. The better you know the piece, it's deeper and deeper, more spatial, more fun.
Yeah.
And you guys, so you've come together in Basel for some rehearsal period. Does it mean you have some exciting project coming up to prepare for, or you're just having it as an excuse to hang out and be friends?
Both.
Yeah.
No, we're working on new program, so there are new music to prepare and prepare for Tsuchi's recital in May.
Oh,
Yes. And the new program is called Missa la sféra. So we are making a compilation of fun mass movements.
Like the credo is part of it.
It's
Hey, that's such an
joyful enough.
impressive piece. It's really such an impressive piece. Yeah.
So there is one more Agnes from the chanson La Serviteur, and then Missa Prolazione is also our favorite piece.
Yeah, and then we're also already looking forward to a project in Berlin that we have with a composer together, with Brian Franklin, it's called. Yeah, where we also will do a collaboration with contemporary music and also early music.
He's doing reworkings on Confam, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that will be next.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I wish you lots and lots and lots of luck. And if ever you're in Basel again, you have to come and play again.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you. Great. Yeah, so we're going to carry on with the second half of the concert. It's going to be completely the opposite, actually. So, yeah.
Have fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, great.
So now we play this. one thing I realised that's quite interesting about today is that we've had a first half full of amazing, intricate polyphony where you have all these different voices mixing together. I think all the music that we're going to be doing is monophonic music. It's all single lines, but we make some arrangements and we have some percussion, so it sort of becomes polyphonic in a different way. We're going to start with a piece from the Rossi Codex. It's called Amor mi fa cantare alla Francesca. And I love the Rossi Codex. It's the first manuscript that began to capture a whole new repertoire in Italy in the 14th century. And I find often as a new style is beginning, there's something kind of elemental and wild and experimental about it. So it's still, there's something that really appeals to me. Later on it becomes very codified and you have like masterpieces from Landini. But this is really at the beginning of the style. And I'm a Shawms player, so I like kind of crazy and wild, so it suits me. So yeah, we're going to start off with that. If the audience is sitting like this. Beautiful. So, no, actually what's coming is beautiful. That was just crazy. So, Last night, the reason Adrien and Max are here in Basel is that last night we had a very, very, very special concert. We were playing for Mr. Fetish Switzerland. There's a whole hierarchy, there's a whole competition system. And my friend Molly, who sadly isn't here, she's a real music bar nun sort of, supporter, but she's not here today, but she came up with all these crazy little things for people to do. And one of the things was for a big, beefy, leather-bound, bearded guy to play this special little instrument. And I'm just going to demonstrate what it does. It's very cute. So there's some smiles in the audience because it's actually a very, very famous tune. This was a present to me from actually Molly's girlfriend, Adrien. They were on holiday in Santiago de Compostela, where there's this amazing, huge cathedral and this pilgrimage place. And there's a porcelain factory that makes this little toy. And it's a famous Spanish song, a famous Cantiga de Santa Maria. And we made a beautiful little arrangement of this piece for us, inspired by last night. Santa Maria Streradoria. Thing we're going to play is Sweet Vermouth. Should I explain a bit the history?
Yes, please.
So, in this competition last night, there was 5 candidates, and everyone had a different task. So someone had this, and poor Adrien. The task was that somebody had to shave his legs while he played this piece. Yeah, he should have shaved mine. That's actually been beneficial. Great. What are we doing now? Oh yeah, Katie's on. So we're returning to the Rossi Codex, and we're going to play. I think it's actually my favourite piece. It's a beautiful piece called Katie Zova, and it's a wonderful monophonic ballata, and yeah, we're going to find like a 2-part version with some drones and some harmonies. Yeah, just to finish, we're going to play 2 very, very famous cantigas, Ken Omagen and Como Podens. They work super well together, and they're sort of, they're pieces that they've crossed out of the confines of the manuscript, and now they have almost like a living tradition. You find them in medieval markets in Germany. You find them on random. They pop up all over the place as their own kind of suite now, and you'll see why. You'll see why. We're doing just like nothing but classics today. Classic hits. thank you all very, very, very much for being here. I hope, thank you so much, sféra, for playing. It was really so beautiful. You've inspired me to go home and do lots of recorder practice. And thank you, Adrien and Max, as ever, for everything. And for the audience here, for enjoying and adding to the energy and the atmosphere. And Mark, of course, forever and everything. And also everyone out there who's tuning in and watching, look out for the next one. It will come out soon. So till then, enjoy. Bye.